We're focusing on your irons, and your answers indicate you have what we would call a classic hook. So a shot that starts straight or to the right and then curves too far to the left through the air. You've also told us that your preference would be to learn how to hit the ball much straighter and of course start it towards the target. Now the hook is caused by an in to out swing path where the club head is travelling to the right of target through impact and a closed club face. When the club face points to the left of the direction of the swing, the ball will curve to the left through the air. For the straight shot, we need to get this swing path to come around to more neutral, which means travelling towards the target through impact, and we need to delay the closing of the face so that it arrives at impact squarer. When the face points in the same direction as the club head is travelling, the ball will fly straight. Now luckily there's one element of the downswing that will affect both swing path and club face in the way that we want to, and that is the body turning towards the target. So first, if we look at swing path, I've got a stick on the ground that's parallel to the target line and set up around the toes of my right foot, and we're going to use this as a reference. So if I bring the club down from the top of the swing without turning the body towards the target, you'll notice that the club is what you might call very behind you. The shaft is angled inwards in relation to this stick. From here, it's very easy to make an exaggerated in to out swing path, which is of course one element of the hook. If we go to the top, and as we change direction and bring the club down towards impact, add some hip turn, and you'll notice that instantly the club that was much more behind you is now closer to neutral. So by adding the right amount of hip turn, you can get what we would call a neutral delivery, where the club head is approaching impact from just inside the target line, which means it's very easy to bring it around to straight. Obviously we can overdo this, so if you get to the top and turn your hips in a more exaggerated way, you could actually get the club head outside the target line, which means the swing path would be from out to in or travelling left of target. Now this would be a fade or a slice. So it's not a case of just turning your hips as fast as you possibly can towards the target. It's about calibrating the speed of the hips so that you can get a neutral downswing. Secondly would be the release into impact, and this is going to affect the club face. So on the way down, if the hips are a little bit slow, the hands have a very easy job of throwing the club head and closing the face early, which is of course the second element of the hook. On the other hand, as we release the club, if our hips continue to turn towards the target, the hands have a harder time of releasing the club, and that will effectively delay the closing of the face. So we've got two aspects of the swing that are going to be affected perfectly for what we want by one move, and that one move from the top of the swing is to simply turn the body towards the target faster than you are currently. So let's do a few practice swings. We're going to split the downswing into two moves first. So go to the top, bring it down and stop at the delivery, and make sure the hips have turned and the club shaft is parallel to the target line. From here, we want to release the club at the ball, but make sure those hips turn towards the target all the way through impact and into the follow-through. So we've got active hips from the very top of the swing, down and through impact. If you can feel it in two separate stages, we'll remove this pause and we'll go all the way through from start to finish. And your one feeling is that you're turning the hips towards the target as soon as you start the downswing. And if that feels okay, it's time to hit a shot. The golf ball is going to tell you whether you've done it enough and the ball is travelling reasonably straight towards target, whether you've not done it enough and the ball is still missing to the left, or whether you've actually overdone it and you're now missing to the right. So again, a little practice swing before you hit the shot. Fire those hips and keep them turning through impact. And let's see a nice straight ball flight.